रूपानुग गौरी गुरुवर्ग की जय। पतित पावन श्री नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय। प्रेम पुरुषोत्तम शचिनंदन गौर हरि की जय। राधा विनो बिहारी राधा गोपीनाथजू की जय। गिरिराज महाराज की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय। गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। Okay, 1 second. Just need to turn it a little to the left. There we go. Radhe Radhe, Dandavat Pranam. Welcome to Shri Shri Radha Gopinath Mandir, Gopinath Bhavan, Shri Vrindavan Dham. Shri Gurudev ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Param Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai, Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Radha Gopinath ki jai, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Shri Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. We will begin with Mangalachara, which is the auspicious invocation calling for the grace, the blessings, the mercy, the sidelong glances of our beloved Srila Gurudev, our beloved Srila Prabhupada, our Rupan Gauriya Guru Varga, Patit Pavan Shri Nityananda Prabhu, Prem Purushottam, Shachinandan Gaura Hari, going all the way back to the original Guru who is Krishna himself and his Guru of Prem, Vrishabhananandini, Srimati Radha Thakurani. You can find Mangalacharana on page 1 of this beautiful bhajan treasure trove, Shri Gaudiya Giti Ucca, starting with Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakama. I was looking at the wrong video. I was like, I don't have tilak on, like yesterday. Yeah, today I do, but the video I did. Okay. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavashta Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathānvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamshcha Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Namo Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayanti Namine Shri Krishna Leela Katane Sudaksham Modarya Madhurya Gunaishcha Yuktam Varam Varenyam Purusham Mahantam Narayanam Tvam Shirashan Namami Trirandinam Bhakta Shiromanim Cha Shri Krishna Pada Vinatayaka Hriddi Chaitanya Leela Mrita Sarasaram Narayanam Tvam Satatam Prapadye Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nittinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Nama Om Vishnupadaya Gaura Presthaya Bhutale Shri Srimad Bhakti Prajnana Keshava Ittinamine Ati Martya Charitraya Swashritana Chapaline Jiva Dukhe Sadarkaya Shri Nama Premadayine Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Ittinamine Shri Varshabharavi Devi Daitaya Kripabhaye कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान दैने प्रभवे नमः। माधुर्योज्वल प्रेमाद्य श्रीरूपानुगभक्तिदा श्री गौर करुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमोस्तुते। नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दीनतारिणे रूपानुगतिरुद्धापसिद्धान्तध्वन्तहारिणे। नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्भर संबोधे पदाम्बुजयते नमः। नमो भक्तिविनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुगवरायते। घोराविर्भावभूमेस्त्वं निर्दिष्टः सजनप्रिय वैष्णव सर्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जयतां सुरतोपङ्गोर्मम मन्दमतेर्गति मत्सर्वस्वपदाम्बोजो राधामदनमोहनो। दिव्यवृन्दारण्यकल्पद्रुमाद श्रीमद्रत्नागारसिंहासनस्थो श्री श्रीराधा श्रीलगोविन्ददेवो प्रेष्टादिभिः सेव्यमानो स्मरामि। श्रीमन्द्रसरसारम्भी वंशीवत ततस्थितः कर्षन् वेणुस्वनैर्गोपीर्गोपीनाथ श्रियेस्तु नः। वृन्दायै तुलसीदेव्यै प्रियायै केशवस्य च कृष्णभक्तिप्रदे देवी सत्यवत्यै नमो नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Didi, something just fell from up there, this big pile of dust. Jai Shri Radha Gopinath Ju Sachinandana Gaura Hari. But be careful, I saw some spiders running from it. I forgot to charge my mobile phone today, and I forgot to bring a battery, so I think it's only got about 40%, so it will cut off at some time unless we get a backup battery at some point. If you happen to go up at any time during the program, I forgot to charge my phone. So if you happen to go up. Otherwise, we'll just let it run out.
Just borrow from this time.
Yeah, and the cable. It's a USB-C. If you put it inside the bag, you should be okay.
I kept it like that. So now we will call for the mercy of Shri Guru. गुरुदेव कृपा करके मुझको अपना लेना. Page 360 in our Shri Gaudiya Kirti Gucha. 360.
And this bhajan was written for our Srila Gurudev with the specific capacity to actually call his attention and his mercy. Radhe Radhe. गुरुदेव कृपा करके मुझको अपना लेना, मैं शरण परा तेरी चरणों में जगा देना। गुरुदेव कृपा करके मुझको अपना लेना, करुणा See who's here. Radhe Radhe Sudevi Devi Dasi. Radhe Radhe Bhakti Swarup Prabhu Bhargvi Eluru Atu Krishna Prabhu Champak Radha Priya Malati Fournier and Raghav Pandit and Bhanumati and Geeta Kamalavati and Ambika. Hare Krishna. Next we will call for the mercy of the Vaishnavas. Irupe Paibo Seva Bhui Durachar by Srila Narottam Das Thakur. Page 45 in our Sri Gaudiya Gita Vichar. Kirupe Paibo Seva Bhui Duracharo Shri Guru Vaishnave Rati Na Hoi Loya Ashesha Maya Devo Magana Hoilo Vaishnavete Lesha Matro Ratina Jandito Vishaye Puliyayandro Oinu Divanishi Alepaso Dite Vire Maya You're like magic. Thank you. Backup battery. We go, just plug it in now. 1 minute. Hare Krishna Prabhu. I'm down to 30%. And now we will call for the mercy of our 6 Goswamis. Shunyachi Sadhu Mukhe Bole Sarvajan by Sri Narottam Das Thakur, page 51. To adjust this 1 second. শুনিয়াছি সাধু মুখে বলে সর্বজন শ্রীরূপ কৃপায় মিলে যুগল চরণ শুনিয়াছি সাধু মুখে বলে সর্বজন শ্রীরূপ কৃপায় মিলে महाप्रभु सनातन गौर परिवारो महाप्रभु सनातन गौर परिवारो सबे मिली वांछा पूर्ण करो श्री रूपेरो कृपाजे आम प्रति होय से बद्धयाश्रय जार से महाशय प्रभु लोकनाथ कवे संगे लया जावे श्री रूपेरो पाद पद्मे मोरे समर्पिते हेन की होइबे मोर नरुम सखी गणे अनुगत नरोत्तमे करिबे शासन शुनियाछि साधु मुखे बोले सर्वजन श्रीरूप कृपाय मिले जुगल चरण जय रूप सनातन जय रूप सनातन जय रूप सनातन प्रभु हे प्रभु हे प्रभु हे प्रभु हे श्री रूप गोस्वामी पाद की जय श्री सनातन गोस्वामी पाद की जय श्री शत गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय पार गौरी गुरुवर्ग की जय राधे राधे नित्यानंद Nitai? Vaikuntha Paramananda Nityananda Rai by Sri Lochand Das Thakur. Page 60. 60. Chalo. राधे राधे। गौरांगेर द्वितीपद, हमारे गुरुदेव का फेवरेट। by Srila Narottam Das Thakur. Page 74. Jardhano sampada Sejane bhakti rasasara Sejane bhakti rasasara Gorangera madhurlila Shachinandana Gaur Hari Ki. Bandhu Sange Jatitava Rang Parihas by an unknown author is based on the verse of Sri Guru Goswami. Smeram Hangitraya Parichitam Shachi Vishkirna Drishtin. 1, 2, 4. Whatever you do not come to Vrindavan. If by some chance you happen to come to Vrindavan, do not go to Keshi Ghat. And if by some great misfortune you happen to be there, whatever you do not look upon the face of Govinda. You will lose everything. Sangsari grihir jego hoi sarvanash. All your friendships in this material world, your family, your attachments, everything, you will lose because your heart and mind will be stolen by Krishna. Bandhu sange jadi tava ranga parihas. Bandhu sange jadi tava ranga parihas. ready? No? राधा राम परम सुखदाय या राधा राम की जय महारानी की जय राधा नाम परम सुखदाय page 362 राधा नाम परम सुखदाई
राधा नाम परम सुखदाई
राधा नाम परम सुखदाई Prabhupada ki jai, Rupanuga Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Shri Gaura Premanande. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namah Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Namo Om Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayana Namine Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate giring yatkripatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam. First of all, I offer my Dandavat Pranam thousands of times in the dust of the lotus feet of our beloved Srila Gurudev, Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Ashto Tarashata Shri Srimad Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and the same thousands of Dandavat Pranam in the dust of the lotus feet of Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Ashto Tarashata Shri Srimad Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada, and to all of our Rupanuga Gauriya Guru Varga, and to all Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, past, present, and future, including all of you who are physically present and all of you who are virtually present, I'm offering my pranam. Hare Krishna. So I know that in the past couple of days, yesterday we were reading from Going Beyond Vaikuntha, and before that we were speaking related to Going Beyond Vaikuntha about Jiva Tattva. There is another aspect of Jiva Tattva that is so essential, fundamental, foundational, that most people think, I already know that, because we heard it for so many years. But it is so important to hear again and again. I cannot tell you, in 25 years traveling around the world, how many times, even since I was a small child, people said, oh, I already know that, I've heard that so many times. You're not your body. Who's heard someone say this? Yeah? I've already heard that, I know that, you're not your body. Do we really know it? Do we know it? So relating to this subject matter, we also need to understand some basic foundational fundamental principles of Jiva Tattva. And I'm repeating it because I was in a conversation today with a devotee from India who was mentioning that there's so much, I want to use the word racism, and also casteism. Casteism within India, racism from India toward others outside of India, racism from outsiders toward India. It is all a bunch of nonsense. I have to say this clearly. Very, very clearly in Srimad Bhagavatam, it says that those who are attached to the place of their birth, or consider their place of birth worshipable, or because of their caste or whatever else, that I am worshipable and my place of birth is worshipable. Bhagavatam says, Sa eva gokaraha. Those persons with that mentality are no better than a cow or an ass, meaning a donkey. No better than that. A dumb animal, because they do not understand the simplicity of what the Jivatma really is. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says very clearly that I am eternal, and all of my parts and parcels are also eternal. Mama eva angsha jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. Krishna himself is referring to himself as Sanatana. Anyone who understands the definition of Sanatan and does not turn it into a material or mundane thing to do with skin color or place of birth, because already then they've lost the plot, will understand that Sanatan means that which has always existed, that which exists now, and that which will always exist in the future. This is Sanatan. I remember Srila Gurudev speaking about this quite early on, and he used the terms or the words Sadatan. That thing which always, Sadatan, continues. And he said this is the source of the word Sanatan, that which is ever existing. We know that Krishna is referred to as Purnam Brahma Sanatana, the supreme, absolute, eternal, ever-existing truth. But Krishna himself says that all jivas are his parts and parcels. And that we, in this material world, becoming bound due to our own desires, are taking one form after the next, after the next, after the next. But actually, he says, Aham bija pradapita. I am the seed-giving father of everything in existence. So no one can lay claim to the fact that only I am the child of God. Because not only are all the jivas within the human forms children of God, but every jivatma throughout every species in all creation is a child of God. So no one can make the claim that you are not and I am. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells, Vidya vinaya sampane brahmane gavi hashtani shuni chaiva svapakecha pandita samadarshina. That person who is intelligent, who is truly pandita, they can see with equal vision, samadarshi. They see everything with proper vision. And therefore they see a brahmana, vidya vinaya sampane, brahmane, gavi, a cow, hastini, an elephant, a dog, or a dog eater. They understand that they're actually all a jivatma inside. And all of the external thing is only their samsara. Means that jivatma is moving from one body to the next according to its desire and karma, and cycling through all of these different things. This does not mean that we should not respect persons according to their level of varnashram. Varnashram is mentioned in Shastra as a means to attain mukti. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his conversation with Rai Ramananda, although he was given this verse by Rai Ramananda, Varnashram, the first verse, Mahaprabhu said that is external. Because the body is changing, but the soul remains the same. So it is something, but it is not eternal. Therefore, it is external. Go further, go deeper. So in order to be able to progress on the path of bhakti, we can understand that according to one's body, they will have a particular consciousness. A tree's consciousness is stunted to that of a tree. And yet, if that same jivatma were to be in a human form, it would be able to function on a different level, because the human form affords a different level of expression of consciousness. I remember many years ago, I was in a very difficult situation, in a lot of trouble. And there were some who wanted to rid me of my body. And some boys were arguing with each other. They told me afterward, they were arguing with each other. Should we help him? Rohini Nandan Prabhu came. He came and stood in front of me along with others, like this. Should we help him or should we not? And the one boy said, he's Videshi. He's not one of us. And the other one said, Are Baba, he's our Guru Bhai. He's a disciple of our Gurudev. He's our God brother. This is more than material brother. Of course we should help him. And then he said, you're right. And then they did this. So this mentality that someone is out of there and I'm of here, actually this idea is fully integrated in the bodily conception of life. And that idea is what makes dogs fight with dogs and what makes monkeys fight with monkeys. It is animalistic or demonic. That I will destroy everyone who doesn't agree with me. Krishna says this mood is demonic. I am perfect, powerful, and happy. Whatever I have collected, I will keep. Whoever supports me, then I will give them favors. And whoever goes against me, I will destroy them. This kind of mentality is not only animalistic, it is demonic. Because within the human form, we have a greater responsibility. What is that responsibility? Only from the human form can we endeavor for perfection. Within animal forms, we're simply bound by our karma, enjoying and suffering the results of our activities. And same within the human form, and same within the demigod forms. But the demigods are also bound by their instinct. Therefore, Shastra has said that only from the human form, labva sudurlabam idam bahusam bhavante, manushyam ardadam anityam api hatira, durnam yateta napatet anumrityu yavan, nishreyashaya vishaya khalu sarvatasyat. That we rarely attain this valuable human form. And although we can attain all of the enjoyment and suffering that any other species can attain, this human form is special because it affords us the opportunity to do what the other forms do not give us. And that is the opportunity to make the choice whether to remain in samsara or to get out. It is the only form by which we can actually endeavor for perfection. Therefore, Shastra says that until this body can no longer be maintained, we must utilize every moment in utilizing the opportunity we've been given in the endeavor for perfection. Because we do not know if we will have this very valuable and rare human form in our next life. We do not know when it will come around again. Not so long ago, someone sent something to me, and there's a group of persons who are espousing Sanatana Dharma. And they're very, very angry and upset at anyone who is not from India trying to practice Sanatana Dharma. They are stealing what is ours. This kind of mentality is there, and they're getting a lot of people who are in an uproar about it. How dare those people in the West do yoga? How dare those people chant Hare Krishna? How dare they do Rath Yatra? Like, this mentality is present everywhere. You're stealing what belongs to me. Then you ask the question, are you actually following Sanatana Dharma, and do you understand what the meaning of Sanatana Dharma is? I wrote to that person because they were in a position of prominence, gathering so many young people who were getting hot-headed. I wrote to him, and I said, apparently you have no idea what the meaning of Sanatan is, because you're making it about place of birth and skin color. But Sanatan has nothing to do with place of birth and skin color. And then I mentioned Ashtavakra Rishi. Ashtavakra Rishi entered into the court of Janak Maharaj. And all of the best, most intelligent persons were his courtiers. They were within the court, and so many began to laugh at Ashtavakra. Why? Because he was Vakra in Ashta places. He was crippled. They began laughing, and he said, oh, I thought I was coming to a place of intelligent persons, but I have realized that I have come to a place of leather workers. Those who are expert in diagnosing leather so that they can decide what to make with it. Oh, this will be good for shoes, and this will be good for clothing, and things like that. I realized this. Then Janak Maharaj, one of our Mahajans, the father of Sita Devi, he realized this person is no ordinary person. He is a knower and seer of truth, and we have offended him. So immediately Janak Maharaj left the throne and placed Ashtavakra Rishi on that throne. And Ashtavakra Rishi began giving so many powerful lessons about the truth of the nature of the jiva versus the temporary nature of the material bodies which come. So many different bodies come according to material desires. Also, was Sri Ramachandra the emperor of only one small place in India? Or was he emperor of the world? He was emperor of the whole world. Is Sanatan Dharma only for people who are in this world, or is it the dharma of all jivas throughout all of existence? So whether they are here in this land, whether they're in the subterranean heavenly planets, whether they are in Narak, whether they are in Svargaloka, or Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, or anywhere, in all of creation, every jiva's intrinsic nature is Sanatan. Did Sri Ramachandra not engage the Vanaras in his service? Are they not qualified because they have the faces of monkeys? They were serving him with their life and soul. Did he not accept the service of Shabari? Of course he accepted the service of Shabari. Did he not accept the surrender of Vibhishan, although Vibhishan was a Rakshash? Yes, he accepted his service because he surrendered to Sri Ramachandra. And he said, I am yours. What did Sri Ramachandra reply? Anyone who even once says this, I vow from that moment that I will always give them my protection. Why am I mentioning these things? Because we are coming in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And for those to look upon those who are outsiders, they are that. They are not followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If we are to take this mode of thinking, we would have to reject Rupa and Sanatan. Why? Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami were engaged in the service of the Muslim ruler at the time, Nawab Hussain Shah. At that time, even though they were coming from very high-class Bharadwaj Brahmin families from South India, their father, their grandfather were working for that government. Anyone who was engaged in that kind of service would be considered out of caste. They would have lost their caste. They had names that were not Rup Goswami and Sanatan Goswami. It was Dabir Kash and Sakar Malik. They were given these names and titles. And they were the Prime Minister, Private Secretary, and Anupam was the treasurer of this Nawab Hussain Shah. Our most worshipable personalities, that person for whom every activity of bhakti that we do is to attain one single particle of dust from their lotus feet, would be considered rejectable by common standards. But they are our greatest, highest personality. And then that best of Brahmanas, Prem Purushottam Sri Shachinandan Gaurahari, was very closely associated also with someone who would also be considered rejectable. And yet, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him the title Nam Acharya. Nam Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur. That person who is the Acharya of chanting Harinam and teaching all others about Nishta in Harinam. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would embrace him. When he left his body, Mahaprabhu picked him up and began dancing with him and weeping. How intimate was their relationship? Even Rai Ramananda, he was considered Shudra, and yet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu considered him his most intimate associate. So we should understand that the only qualification that gives any value whatsoever is the dedication to Krishna in bhakti. The seva that one has performed for their transcendental spiritual master. The dedication that one is giving to Guru, Gauranga, Radha, and Krishna. And all other considerations are mundane. They're temporary. The only value is one's bhakti. Srila Rupa Goswami Pad has established this in the 5th verse of Sri Upanishamrita. Krishneti yasya giritam manasadriyeta. Dikshashti chet pranatibhish chabhajantamisham. Shushrushaya bhajana vidyamananyamanya indadi shunyam hridamipsita sankalabhya. He doesn't tell us to give honor only because of where someone was born or how old they are or how much they have learned or where they went to school or how beautiful they are or how much money they have. Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta and Shri, all of these external characteristics. Yes, we should give honor where honor is due. Socially. This is part of Naimittika Dharma. But Nitya Dharma is something else. And that depends on one's evolution and depth of love and devotion. And proper respect should be afforded according to one's depth of devotion to Krishna, regardless of where they are born, regardless of how tall they are, regardless of what color their skin is, regardless of what color their eyes are, regardless of so many different considerations, even of whether they ate meat previously or did any other kind of simple activity. In the Vishnu Purana, it is told very clearly that one who judges a Vaishnava according to their birth or their previous activities before they have come to the path of bhakti, they are paving a path to hell for themselves. We cannot say, and we do not know how and why devotees have come to this path of bhakti from all over the world. But there must be sukriti. Our Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada could not work with newborn babies like myself. I was not even qualified to eat whole food. What could he have done with me? Just because I was born in ISKCON, I didn't have qualification. But he practically snapped his fingers, and all of these thousands and thousands of devotees from around the world suddenly woke up and did the unthinkable. They gave everything to him in a way that would shock most people, even in India. I know so many devotees who gave their entire inheritance and kept, and day and night, from early morning until late at night, and during the marathons past midnight, out there trying to please their Gurudev with an unprecedented level of nishta, our Gurudev said, that is unseen even since the time of Shankaracharya. And now many have become old. Their bodies are no longer capable of doing those same things, but still they're trying to chant, still they're trying to remember, still they're reading, still they're observing arti, and they're trying to follow the principles of bhakti. Maybe they can't even remember so many things anymore, but back in the day, woof, they could defeat anyone in a Shastric argument. Qualification is not about position. Qualification is not about birth. Qualification is not about so many material things. Qualification comes by mercy from Guru when he sees that a disciple is surrendered, completely surrendered. And part of that is manifested in the qualities of that person. We will see it. They will always be trying to do that which is pleasing to Sri Guru. Even if they are incapable of doing it, still they try. Srila Gurudev gave himself as an example. He said, when I was younger, he said I had so much energy and I was doing such hard work, physical work for my Gurudev. He said every day he was going all the way to the Ganga and carrying a load of bricks on his head, minimum of 10, and carrying them all the way from the Ganga to where they built Devananda Gaudiya Math. It's a long way. All day, in the heat, in whatever situation. He said, until my body could no longer do it. Basically, it broke down. And he said, I was bedridden. I couldn't do anything of that kind of nature. So then I took shelter of reading the books of our Guru Varga, reading from my Gurudev, reading the articles. And I became well versed in that. And then my Gurudev engaged me in editing seva. And he said, and so after that, there were so many difficulties. He said, you don't know how many surgeries I had. He had so many surgeries because of his ill health over so many years. But he said, I never was not engaged in seva. Somehow or other, whether it was this seva or that seva or another seva, he was engaged in seva. And at the age of 70, was it 70, 75, he started traveling the world. And he traveled the world something like 31 times, trying to, as he said, on the order of his Shiksha Guru, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, our Srila Prabhupada, making that endeavor to serve him by giving what he was instructed to give. In the face of all adversity, he continued to serve. And I was a personal witness when they were telling him in his last 3 months, we were at Govardhan. After Govardhan, then he went to Puri. They were telling him, Gurudev, we can do a surgery so that you can have a bag in and a bag out. Gurudev only had one question. Will I be able to continue to serve? Will I be able to continue to do my translating work? They said, Gurudev, it's not certain. Gurudev said, then I've already done everything I've needed to do. I don't need to remain. His only question was, can I continue to serve? So we're talking about qualification. Those persons who have even chanted the holy name of the Lord once, Shastra says, Rupa Goswami says, Manasadriyeta, within our mind we should give respect, we should give honor. And if they have accepted Diksha, accepted Shri Guru, they're embarking on the path of bhajan with a one-pointed goal, then we should offer our pranam to them. Pranatibish chabajantamisham. And that person who is completely 100% surrendered to Krishna, that person who is always absorbed in bhajan, that person who has no tendency to criticize others. Today we chanted this verse, or bhajan, Adosha Darshi Prabhu. He is free from the tendency to see the faults in others, therefore he's always giving mercy to everyone. We should surrender our life, our everything at his lotus feet, taking shelter of such a personality. That is Uttama Vaishnava. But the qualification is bhakti. It has nothing to do with these external material considerations. So when you hear devotees speaking about things like this, oh, they're of this race, they're of that place, they're of the West, they're not Desi, they're Videshi, or the other way around. All of these kinds of things. This is mundane consciousness, and it has no place within the realm of pure bhakti or the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or the teachings of Rupa Goswami, and especially no place within the teachings of our Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada and the teachings of our Gurudev. According to Shastra, any Brahmana who crosses over the ocean, there's a curse in Shastra, you know this curse, they lose their caste. So they actually asked Gurudev, you're going to cross over the ocean, you'll lose your caste. He started laughing. He said, I lost my caste a long time ago. He comes from a very prominent Tiwari Brahmin family of the Ramanandi lineage of Ramanujacharya. He said, I lost my caste a long time ago. I've accepted as my Swamini a gopi, a lady. And my masters are the gopis. They're all Vaishya. I have lost my caste a long time ago. He had no concern or worry about any of these things. His only concern was bhakti. So I wanted to mention something so that we can consider something and be very careful with it. I mentioned it before. Those persons whom our Srila Prabhupada said, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna, they woke up and immediately began to engage in a kind of unprecedented seva that is unseen in practically all of history. That kind of dedication, not one, by the thousands. not only sacrificing their own lives, their own energy, their own time and everything. They gave everything out of love and affection. Even their own children. Our parents would teach us, don't be attached to me or anything of this world. And they were raising us to become disciples, and I want to use the word warriors, for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement. They taught us detachment from the beginning, and they themselves proved it by going out for 10, 12 hours a day, distributing Prabhupada's books, and they placed us in the Gurukul system because they had strong faith that this is what would be pleasing to Srila Prabhupada. This is also practically unheard of in today's age, especially here. It's very difficult. Very difficult. I was personal witness to a young lady who became a devotee. And her father was trying to get her married. And one after the next potential suitors, they all said, we don't want to marry any Meera. She was beautiful, she was very qualified, but she was wearing kantimala, neck beads. She was a devotee. It came to such a point, her father became so frustrated, he ripped them off her neck. He was so angry. No one wants to marry my daughter. Because she was a devotee. This is the current state of Sanatan Dharma here. It is very, very difficult to find those who really want to follow Shuddha Sanatan Dharma. There's so many material considerations injected within it. The disciples of Srila Prabhupada, he told personally, my Guru Maharaj has sent all of you to help me in my service. Which means they were already previously here. And they went and took birth there. And they remained in a state of apparent ignorance until they were 17, 18, 19 years old. And then he woke them up with the secret code, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And immediately they jumped into seva. Krishna says whatever state of consciousness one is in at the time of their death, they will attain that state without fail. Hare Krishna. Wherever you are, always chant the holy names of the Lord. A revolution took place when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's prediction came true, when Bhaktivinoda Thakur's prediction came true, that one day all will come together as one family and do Harinam Sankirtan together from all the countries of the world and India together. Not this separatist mood that I'm above you or I'm better than you or this or that. All together glorifying Sachinandan Gaura Hari and Hare Krishna. Sarvatra Prachar Hoive Mora Naam, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that my name will be chanted in every town and village of this world. I was considering, not only for myself, but for so many who are also born in the society of Vaishnavas. Whether or not we're born in it or we are sent there by divine direction, like the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. But where was our consciousness to take birth in a family of devotees in the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Rupa Goswami, hearing Hare Krishna from the very beginning and going to Mangalarti? Where must we have been previously? So to judge someone according to their birth or their activities before they have come to the path of bhakti from some mundane material consideration, this is paving the path to hell because one will make aparad to Vaishnavas. I remember years ago we were in Fiji and this one boy, Babu, he says to us, he said, I'm better than you. We said, yes, why? He said, because I'm Sanatan. And we said, oh, so what makes you Sanatan? He was Fijian, but from Indian descent, maybe 4 generations, 5 generations in Fiji. He said, well, you know, I eat Indian food and I watch Bollywood films. He had no other connection, really. I mean, sometimes he would go to the Mayan mandalis, but he was just living a normal life. And we started laughing. We said, that is not Sanatana. That does not define Sanatana. This kind of lack of understanding is why it is so easy to convert people from Hinduism to any other faith. Because they do not understand the meaning of Sanatana. If we understand what Sanatana is, and we are not cheated by all kinds of cheating religion, Dharma projita kaitavatra paramo nirmaksaranam satam. Kaitava Dharma, all kinds of ideas are being given in the name of Sanatana Dharma, but they're only cheating. Only Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings, only those which have been given by Krishna through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and through our lineage, and the bona fide sampradayas, the bona fide acharyas, they are not cheating us. They are giving us truth. All other things, this is cheating, and I'll give a quick example. In 1996, I came to Srila Gurudev, and he actually offered to do my wedding with Sudevi. We were in front of him, he said, has your Vedic wedding been done yet? This was 96 in Rup Sanatan in his little room. We said, no. And he said, oh, if you would like, you can come to my room, and you can exchange garlands in front of me, and exchange your love and affection, and it can be a beautiful Gandharva wedding, like Radha and Krishna. Would you like that? And we were like, yeah. We thought it was cute and sweet. And then, by the end of Kartik, we were like, so, are we going to have a marriage? And there were 4 couples, so the day was planned. It was the last day, the Bharan day of Kartik. And they were telling us that the Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti was really upset because no sannyasis from Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti has ever done a wedding before. So it became a big political scandal. And so then messages came to us, the wedding won't be done. Okay? And then it came back, actually it will be done. And then it came again, it won't be done. And I was thinking, oh my God, my wife is gonna kill me. She's never gonna forgive me for this. And then they said, okay, well, it's gonna be done, but don't wear anything fancy. It's just gonna be like, you know, exchange of vows, but no fancy clothes, no fancy sari, no nothing like that. Just a simple thing. So then we all came. No one was wearing red. No one had any Mangal Sutra. No one had any sindoor or nothing. Gurudev looked at us, where's Mangal Sutra? We're like, where's the sindoor? He's like, bring it from Thakurji. It was in front of Sevakunj in Rup Sanatan, in front upstairs. Gurudev was like, how can you do a wedding without all of these things? And so he sat there for the whole time. But before that, I had gone to him because I was so worried. And I went in front of him, he said, yes, and I'm sitting up on my knees in front of his bed. Oh, Gurudev. Yes. I want to make sure that the wedding is going to be a nice one. Because, and in my mind I saw all of these like palanquin things with everyone dressed up and little boys with their groom on the horses and all of these things. And all of, you know, how ISKCON started doing all the big weddings and everything and how they do it in Bollywood and everywhere else. And I said, because marriage is a very important institution. I had no idea. Gurudev snapped at me. He said, no, not important. He said it will divide your bhakti in 2. And the whole Kartik he was speaking about anyavilashita shunyam and one-pointed bhakti. He said it will divide your bhakti in 2, and then he said, and then children, family, house, and everything. And he came to the last finger, and he said, and then where is Krishna? By that point, I felt like a little puddle on the floor, completely worthless and nothing, and I realized, yes, he's telling the truth. So he was not playing along with the Kaitava Dharma that is propounded by so many others. You have to do it like this and make it a big thing. Gurudev didn't play along with it. He said, this will divide your bhakti until you have nothing left. But so many are proposing all of these different material things and saying, this is Sanatan Dharma. It's not Sanatan Dharma. It is Naimittika Dharma. My wife in this life may not have been my wife in a previous life. and may not be my wife, or maybe I will be the wife, who knows? I might not even be a human. Again and again, we're switching, moving and moving and moving. This is not Sanatana. So our Gurudev and our Guru Varga, our Shastras, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself, all are giving us truth, reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. And we should understand, whether we are from India, whether we are from Africa, whether we are from China, whether we're from America or Russia or any other country of the world, that all are spirit souls and all have a Janma Adhikar, a Nitya Adhikar to love and serve Krishna. An equal right to love and serve Krishna, because that is the intrinsic nature of all jivas. And to discriminate based on mundanity and false ego, this is the mindset of one who is no better than a cow or an ass. Srila Gurudev ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Rupanuga Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai, Patit Pavan Sri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Prem Purushottam Sachinandan Gaura Hari ki jai, Radha Gopinath Ji ki jai, Giriraj Maharaj ki jai, Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Shri Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. I'll see you all on Monday. Hare Krishna. Totamu's Jiva Tattva Part 3. Rukmini, before I forget, thank you. Shri Radha Gopinath Ji Sachinandana Gaura Hari Ki Jai. Radhe Radhe. See you on Monday.